obviously you know who they are by now and know a little bit about them. But you also want to mention some of the people who are here with them today. Obviously it's a team effort for these three young men. To my left to be sitting here today, they had a lot of help along the way. So we'll go in order, I guess, in which they were drafted. Dragan Bender, I'd like to welcome Nikola Vujacic, European legend, Croatian legend. He's been a mentor to Dragan and watched him develop as a basketball player and as a man. Welcome, Nikola. Mladen Sestan, at the academy with Mladen. Where Dragan grew up playing basketball. He's had a big influence in Dragan's life. His agents, Doug Neustadt and Mauricio Balducci, American agent, European agent, did an excellent job throughout the process, and we really enjoyed working with you, and we're thrilled to welcome Dragan to Phoenix. Marquise Chris from Sacramento. For a minute, I think he thought he might end up in Sacramento. We're glad to have him in Phoenix. His mother, Shante Wright, welcome, and his agents, Ashley Cox and Matt Connie, thank you for coming, and also Rob Palinka, who runs the agency. Again, we thank all of you guys for your cooperation throughout the process. And last but not least, Tyler Eulis to my left. Tyler's mother, Kelly Reed's here today. His father, James Eulis, his agent, Leon Rose, and his other agent, Devin Booker. So now that we have that out of the way, I just want to say how excited we are to welcome these three young men to Phoenix. I know, I talked to a lot of you, Coach and I answered a lot of your questions last night. So with that, I'll shut up and just kind of open it up for comments and questions. Okay. All right, that's enough. Yeah, so Julie Fye, my other boss, is suggesting that we have the guys say a few words. So why don't we go in the order in which you guys were drafted and start with you, Dragan, and talk about kind of what it meant to you last night when the Phoenix Suns called your name to the fourth pick.
First of all, thank you guys for coming here. It meant, it was a great feeling for me and guys that were with me on the table. Just an opportunity that I have with my brother over there and people that I've been working a lot with them since I was 12 years old. To have them in this special moment, it was a great feeling. And when I was called, from the Phoenix Suns on the fourth pick, it was a dream come true for me and people around me and for my family for sure. And it would just show us that hard work pays in the end and we accomplished something.
Same for you, Marquise. I know it was a whirlwind of emotions last night. Why don't you kind of take us through that process and what happened when you found out you were coming to Phoenix with the 8th pick?
Last night it was a pretty long night. Sacramento called my name, so then my sister got all happy and started crying. And then I just told her, you never know what's going to happen. And then my agent came over and told me that they traded the pick. So I mean, I was extremely happy because this is where I wanted to be at, and I thought it was a good fit for me. And I like the area and the people out here, and I'm just happy to be here.
And Tyler, you had a little bit longer wait, but tell us, when you found out, when Leon and your family told you you were going to Phoenix, what your reaction was?
Well, it's like just a dream come true, not being in New York, getting a chance to spend time with my family and see everyone's reaction, which was really funny. Everyone crying, hugging me. My mom always choking me to death, but it's just a great feeling to be here. Being able to play with Devin again, and it was worth the wait.
Dragan, Richard Science, Fox 10 here in Phoenix. Just tell us what it's like to come to a new organization as a young guy like yourself, but not only be the only young guy, have another guy like Marquise, same age, and just not be the only one that's coming in you and at your age and so young. How comforting it is to have somebody like that to go through it. Both of you guys could actually have that great.
I think it's a great for both of us just to come to this organization of Phoenix family over here. It's a great thing that there's two young guys on the court and a couple of other guys on the team. I think it's great for Phoenix in the long term, and I think it's great for us, just to compete on each and every day and practice, against each other. And I think it's a great thing.
Well, I kind of went through the same thing in college, coming into school with a bunch of freshmen, so I think it's beneficial because you grow together and you learn things together and have new experiences that nobody's really had. And I just think you grow up and kind of mature together and you're competing against each other every day.
Hey, Tyler, Mark McClure from CBS 5 and Channel 3 here in town. Welcome to town, welcome to the Suns. Can you characterize your relationship with Devin Booker and how much did he work for you as your agent?
Oh, well, you know, we're really close best friends, and you know, I have to job for him, man. You know, he told me a couple picks early, but you know, we were both really excited, and I'm happy to be here playing with him again.
Tyler, can you describe your? You were pre-draft. You were projected to go in the first round, even in the late teens, or even as high as the late lottery. And you see yourself falling into the second round. Did you know, or did you have a good feeling that it was going to work out like this at all? And how soon before you know, how early before the pick was made did you have a good feeling about it?
You know, he told me 2 picks before, so you know, I knew then, you know, was hoping, but you know, just waiting that long was hard for me because, you know, like you said earlier in the year, it was first round, you know, late lottery, but you know, a lot of things changed last week, so I just had to live with it, and I'm happy this is where I ended up.
With both you guys being 18 years old, how close do you guys feel that you guys are ready for the NBA? With both you guys being 18 years old, how close do you feel that y'all are ready to play in the NBA?
Oh, I think I'm ready. I don't think my age has anything to do with what I'm capable of. I mean, if I work hard enough, you can do anything.
Definitely the same thing. I feel ready for the NBA, and we just in the right time when we gotta step on the court and show what we're capable of doing on the court, and you know, show that we belong here, you know, to play with these guys and these stuff.
Tyler, kind of similar on that same question of making the transition to the NBA. How comforting is it to know that you have somebody like Devin that you're familiar with, that you're comfortable with, you know, as you make this transition to the next level?
It's great for me because, you know, even though he's younger than me, he can kind of be like a mentor to me because he's been through the process. I watched him, you know, grow as a rookie, so, you know, that helps me out a lot.
Tyler, you're only 28. You're the oldest guy around here, so you get to be mentors to these guys. So, as you're coming into the NBA, you're going to be one of the smaller guys on the court, and you face that your whole career, you know, through high school and college. During the pre-draft process, how concerned were teams with your size, and what did they share with you?
Oh, you know, teams didn't really say much to me about my size because, you know, there's nothing I can do about it. It's just about, you know, getting stronger, gaining weight, and you know, just being durable for the game. And you know, for the most part, like you said, I've always been small, so you know, luckily it's nothing new to me. And you know, I'm used to it. I learn how to pick my spots, and I just try to, you know, play it as good as I can.
Marquise, can you walk us through your introduction to basketball and how that became a late sport for you, and how you were able to acclimate to it so quickly?
I mean, well, after I stopped playing football, my mom was just like, "You can't play at all anymore," so I just wanted to play basketball. And I mean, I refused to at first, and I was like, I guess I will. And then I tried out for the team, and I was a goofy, like, lanky kid, and I really didn't know what I was doing at big speed. I mean, it came with time, and I just think I adjusted. It took a period of time where I just had to grow and get better.
This question's for Coach. Coach Alanis has been made of Tyler's size. You know, you weren't the biggest guard in the NBA. Is that something you can relate to and maybe help him with as he makes his transition to the NBA?
I think Tyler, when he came into our workout here, size wasn't even a factor. He dominated the workout, he made plays, he could score, and then, you know, throughout the season when he played, I got a text every time on my phone to watch him play, but I'm glad I don't just see that text anymore, so I watch Tyler play a lot. And the skills he brings as a point guard, size really doesn't matter. The old point guard of posting up with Gary Payton and Mark Jackson, that doesn't exist. Pace is everything. And you know, you might talk about, well, who can he guard? Well, who's going to guard him? It goes both ways. So size doesn't matter with us. The heart is the most important. He has a big heart.
Jordan and Marquise, were you guys involved involved in any of the same workouts leading up to the draft?
No.
Then what do you know about each other's game?
So pretty much.
I mean, just describe what you saw.
He's skillful, he can shoot the ball, he's pretty athletic. I mean, he plays pretty all around.
Pretty much the same thing about him. I mean, he's just dominant guy. And he played basketball last year. I mean, he's a guy, shooting, athletic guy, can run the floor.
Marquise, I have a question. I asked you a similar question last night. You, after the Suns chose Dragan Bender at number 4, you had expected or hoped, not expected, but hoped to go to the Suns. Those next few picks, and your name wasn't being called over and over. Did you think that Sacramento was really your landing spot, and how soon, maybe before you got settled on Sacramento, did you know you were going to Phoenix?
Well, my agent told me that those next big picks were most likely going to be guards, so I kind of just let that go and got over it. And then he told me there's a possibility for Sacramento, so I kind of just started thinking about what was going to happen. And then when he came out, he told me that they traded the picks, and then I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to the Phoenix anyways. And he was just telling me that it was a crazy turn of events that I ended up here because when they picked him, I was sitting there and I was like, dang, well, I guess I'm going somewhere else. And then they worked some that type of magic.
Ryan, it's easy to say that you drafted 2 power forwards, but it's hard to think of 2 guys who play the same position who are so different, not just as athletes, but as people. Can you go a little more in depth on those ones?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of differences, but there are also a lot of similarities. These are 2 unique players. I mean, Dragan and Marquise, you don't find many guys with their size and skill and athleticism. And they both have a few things in common that we really value. They both move their feet very well on the perimeter. They run the floor well. They can finish in transition. Defensively, they slide well. We'll be able to switch a lot defensively, which a lot of the good teams in the NBA, the best teams in the NBA are doing now. And we have full confidence that in time they'll be able to guard some of the elite perimeter guys in those switching situations. And just the shooting and skill and feel for the game, I think, are pretty rare. Dragan's played more basketball than Marquise at this point in their lives. But Marquise's improvement over the course of last year was remarkable, and I haven't seen many players improve that much from the beginning of the season to the end of the season. So they're different in some ways, but they're also very similar. And I think I said it last night, I'll say it again. Players of their size and skill and athletic ability don't come around very often. Usually you have to be in the high to mid lottery to get them. Hopefully we're not in the high to mid lottery again for a while. But with us being there this season, ending up with the 2nd pick in the mid lottery this year, we're thrilled to get both of them.
Marquise, just tell us what it's like when you see a franchise like the Suns do so much to make sure to get you, especially after it was a team that you wanted to go to.
No, I was extremely grateful that they went to that extent and kind of went through a lot just to get me here. And it's a team that I wanted to play for, and I was just happy that they did that for me.
Question for Dragan. I'm wondering, have you already thought about what your plans are for the summer? Are you going to play with your national team in the Olympic qualifier, or are you going to stay in Phoenix in the summer league? Do you have a plan?
Definitely my intention is to play summer league. National team this summer it's already started, so I'm not even in the national team this summer. But definitely, I plan to stay here and work on my game, and try to improve myself, and try to take all these details on a higher level than possible.
Tyler, it's fun to talk about you and Devin being on the same team and playing together again, but how do you envision, as far as enjoying your time here with the Suns and this specific team and this new set of teammates that you have?
Well, it's great for me because, coming into the draft, even when Devin got drafted last year, it was always just that feeling of if I get drafted there, hopefully I do, and this is a perfect example of that. And I'm just going to come out here and try to learn from the guys. Like Bledsoe, Brandon Knight, all those guys come from Kentucky, so it's already a family atmosphere for me, and I feel like it'll be easy.
Tyler, just curious, who was more excited, yourself, Devin, or your mom?
I think my mom was the most excited. Me and Devin were pretty happy, but the joy she showed was, happy for me to see. Even though, we were all upset that I slid into the second round. It was just a great feeling to come here because it's a team I did want to play for since last year, like I said. But she was really happy. It's something we've been fighting for all our life, and finally happened.
A question for Ryan. So it sounds like you got 3 guys who really wanted to play for the Suns, and at some point along the way during the pre-draft process, they all expressed a real commitment to want to play for the Suns. How satisfying is that? Or, I know a lot of other front offices feel like best player available is most important, and whether you got in for a workout or not, it doesn't matter. But it does seem like you were able to focus this time on guys who really want to play for you.
Yeah, certainly we take it as a compliment, Dave, that these 3 young guys wanted to be here. To be honest with you, that they weren't the only 3. I think a lot of people around the league, players, agents, players in the draft process see what we're building, what we're trying to build here, and with a young group of high character players. I think one of the things that's really impactful for these guys in the draft when they come through Phoenix is to look around and see Eric Bledsoe and Devin Booker and Brandon Knight and other players on our roster in the gym ready to work in May and June when a lot of NBA teams are on vacation. A lot of players are on vacation. They're not in the gym. These guys are here. As you know, from here, it's not because of the great weather this time of year that guys stick around in the summer. It's because they want to work and they enjoy being around each other. So these 3 guys, the fact that they did want to be here, obviously we take that as a positive. But that's not why we took them. We took them because they were the best players available. When we could pick, we think they'll be great fits with our team, and we think they're all very talented with extreme work ethics and tremendous basketball IQ.
Ryan, you now have 5 players on the roster from Kentucky. What does that say about the Kentucky program, or is it more of a coincidence of just happening to find these talented guys and they're all from that program?
Well, I think we're the favorites for the 2017 SEC championship. No, Kentucky. I feel like we probably should run back some of the things I said last year after we drafted Devin. There's nobody who's doing it any better in college basketball right now in terms of recruitment, in terms of player development. We know the players coming out of that program. With Coach Calipari and his staff, they're well coached, they're well prepared. Coach Cal is as tough as Tyler, Devin, and all the other Wildcats we have here will tell you. He's an excellent coach, but he's tough on it, and we know they can handle that. We also know they won't be overwhelmed by the moment. They play in an arena with 20,000 plus fans at home every game. If you've ever been to an SEC tournament, you see how they travel. I've never seen anything like it. I've been to every college basketball tournament you can imagine multiple times. They'll just go in and take over a city like they did in Nashville this year. So I don't mean this is an infomercial for Kentucky, although they sound that way, but they really have a good thing going. And I have a great relationship with Coach Calipari, dating back to when I was a kid going to UMass games. When we talk about players, I know he's genuine, and I guess we tend to see guys the same way. Because, he recruits them out of high school, and we ended up drafting him or trading for him, and getting him over again.
Ron, real quick, just you and Earl, listening to you two talk the past couple of days, you guys seem more upbeat than you have recently. What's the feel like amongst the organization as you're kind of interacting with the staff this morning and just people around the Suns organization?
I think it's a breath of fresh air. As you know, it's a difficult season for us last year. We had a lot of injuries, a lot of things not go our way. But starting late February, early March, when Coach Watson took over and was able to kind of work his magic and make a few changes with our style of play and got the guys bought in and playing really hard. And we felt the tide turning and we won I think 9 of our last 24 games, which given the roster was pretty remarkable with all the injuries we had, some of the trades we made in season. And I think since the season's ended, we built on that momentum. We went over with these 3 guys some of the player development plans we do for each of the 14 players on our roster. Just about everything they need to improve on, from on the court work to work in the weight room to videos of them playing and other players playing. So you know, we take the development of these young men seriously, and they're, you know, paying it back to us. They take it seriously. I think the fact that we have, you know, up to half our roster or more in the gym working out in Phoenix this time of year is powerful. I think it's impactful. I think the fact that you have veteran guys who are unrestricted free agents this summer, like Monty Price and Mirza Teletovic, sticking around to hang out and work out and telling us they want to come back to Phoenix, you know, coming off a tough year record-wise, that's a powerful movement. And so I think and hope that you know, fans all feel that excitement and can sense it, because we certainly do. And you know, we're thrilled last night with how the draft went, and we think these three young guys at my level fit in great with what we're trying to build here in Phoenix.
I think that's a great place to stop.